Hello, hello, and welcome back to Friday's episode of What We Said.
Hey guys, advice
up?
column coming at you live.
Greatest advice you've ever heard, coming at you live.
I am in a foul mood. I'm in the worst mood. I honestly slept so good last night, so I don't know why. Because usually, if you have like a bad night or something.
Are you in your luteal phase?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's all you need to know.
Yeah.
You don't really need another reason.
But I've never really related to that. When people are like, I'm in my luteal, I'm like, I don't get it. Like, I feel like I'm in a bad mood when I'm on my period, not in my luteal phase. But maybe something's switching because I'm not feeling it today. And I don't know. I think it was just like a hectic weekend. And so I'm just feeling a bit overwhelmed maybe, or like overstimulated or something.
Mondays after a crazy weekend where you don't feel recharged from the weekend are always just...
I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is.
Shock. Just like, no. I have to go now 5 more days before another weekend. Like, that didn't even feel like a weekend.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is I'm not feeling recharged at all, even though I did sleep. I had whatever. Just boring stuff that we don't need to chat through. But
yeah. I will say, me and Nick were talking about it last night. He's like, I just feel like I don't really get like a break on, like, the weekends aren't really a break. I'm like, no. Yeah, we're parents.
Nothing's a break.
You can't be like, your job, you just have the kids all the time.
Yeah.
There's no break.
No, there's no break.
Even if you have a break, like even if we're off by ourselves doing something fun, it's like mentally.
Nothing is a break, ever. Even a trip is not a break. Like,
no, exactly. It's never actually a break. I'm like, I know. That's just parenthood, I guess.
I know.
It's so worth it.
I know. It really is true. It's like, I feel like from an outside perspective, it could look like, I'm thinking even a trip. I mean, the only true break, I guess you could say, would be if you and your partner went on a trip, didn't have your phones, and like recharged for 3 days straight and didn't do anything. Like, yeah, that's a break-ish, I guess. Yeah. But even then, you're still thinking about your kid. You're still like, okay, man, mentally preparing for coming home. Exactly. And then later, like nothing, you'll never, ever. It just is always on, I feel like.
The definition of break has changed.
Yes. And there's no more. Yeah. It really is true. It's just like you're never going to be
they're
off
little.
Duty.
Mm-hmm. But, I say that to my mom. I'm like, they're just little. It'll be. And she's like, well, even when they're adults, even when your kids are adults, you still
worry about them.
Thinking about them. Yeah. I'm like, I guess that's just life.
It's true.
So I got to make the most of it.
It's true.
Well, I'm sorry you're in a foul mood. Hopefully by the end of this episode,
I think I will
come out of it. I'm in a great mood because my mood is actually extremely
dependent,
influenced by the time of my cycle, like the time of the month for me. And I'm in my, what's it called after your period?
Like, ovulatory, or the one before that?
I'm approaching ovulation, and I'm feeling
amazing.
Great, even though my weekend was a little insane as well.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what happened yesterday?
What?
Speaking of Chewy, who is a sponsor of today's episode, thank you, Chewy, because they are part of the story in a way. So Sophie's food comes from Chewy. It's like a prescription food. And they've been doing a lot of construction at our house, okay? The remodel's happening, but also lots of other stuff's happening. They had to like dig up, the free remodel. But they've also, the people behind us are doing construction. So there's just like, they're digging. And this is what Nick told me. I don't know if it's true, and I didn't care to look it up. But basically, we've had an ant problem. There's been ants in our house now. And he's like, their homes, they're just getting, everything's coming up from the ground, and they're looking for, and we've had to turn off our water. Our grass is dying. We have to like put in new grass. I don't know. It's just a whole shebang. So he's like, they're looking for food and water because we've never had ants in our house.
The ants are looking for food and water?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm like, the people who are working, people who live there, our neighbors, they're like, please. No, the ants are coming in looking for,
Okay.
refuge. So anyways, the ants found Sophie's food and they got into it. And so it was ruined. There were just ants everywhere. So we're like, great. We have to do a, classic chicken and rice dinner for her. So we gave her, just like cooked rice and chicken. I don't know if this is like bad or something, but we gave her a lot of chicken, and she usually just has like her prescription food, whatever. And
what is the prescription food? Is it like a wet food or is it dry?
No, it's dry. So we gave her rotisserie chicken.
Okay.
And I'm not sure anyways, just keep that in mind. We gave her rotisserie chicken and rice. We're like, okay, that'll be her dinner for tonight until we get the new food because we order Chewy and it gets there super fast. So we're like, we'll have it tomorrow. Then the next day, so the night we gave her chicken and rice, the next day we went to a barbecue that was kind of far away. We went to Malibu. So it was like kind of a whole day thing. Mm-hmm. So we were gone for 5 to 6 hours, which is totally normal for Sophie. She's a big dog. So
yeah,
like that's like the max we leave her, 6 hours. Mm-hmm. And we walked back in the house and Nick's like, what the heck is that smell? Diarrhea all over our kitchen.
No.
On the ground. Everywhere.
No.
Oh, literally. And we had just taken a long drive back. Like we're ready to just, again, it's like Sunday night. Yeah, we're ready to unwind. Just sit in our house that we just cleaned before we left.
No.
Literally walk in. Our entire house smells like shit. So bad. And Sophie's just laying there chilling like, hey, welcome home. But she's on her bed. She did it. Luckily, she did it not on any rugs. It was just on the ground. But we were like, okay, at least she had the decency to do it. But I felt so bad. I'm like, dang, she had the runs. And because she has not had an accident. She was a puppy. Like can hold it. She's trained. She's potty trained, whatever. Oh, no. And I'm like, dang, we should have like, I don't know, not given her boiled chicken maybe instead of rotisserie chicken. Maybe the rotisserie's bad or something. But anyways, we got her Chewy food. She's back into business. But it was
horrible.
So
there is nothing
shocking.
Worse than coming home from like a journey and you're just like, oh, I'm so tired. And then something like that. And you're just like, oh.
Yes. Then she was fine. She was like wagging her tail like, hey guys, welcome home. I left you a gift in the kitchen.
Dang.
Made you dinner. So yeah, that was
sick. Fun. I'm glad Sophie's feeling better. Our queen.
Yeah, she didn't get her down at all. Must have just been a one time like, ooh, that didn't sit well with me. She could not get enough of that rotisserie chicken though.
Yeah.
That's probably why.
They go feral for meat. Mm-hmm. I feel like Lady is the same.
Yeah.
Wow. Well.
So anyways.
How's the house renovation coming along?
Oh, it's good. It's going long. It's really going. Yeah. I don't want to complain. So.
Well, but are you understanding when people have renovations and they do complain?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because I feel like it seems so out of touch. Like, even from an outside perspective, like, I would see people do that all the time before I bought a house or anything. Like, buy a house and be renovating it and then be complaining. Like, this is just taking forever. Like, this happened. And, like, I kind of felt like, okay, well, you're renovating, like, yourself. A nice house. So how bad can it be? But when you are doing the renovation, like the hiccups that come with it and just how long it always takes longer than you think.
Yes.
Always. Yeah. It never is the amount that and you it's just think like, it will be.
I was telling you before this, when one thing leads to another where it's like, oh, they find something while they're fixing this and then they have to fix that. And then it's just.
Yeah.
So.
And it's obviously.
Been putting a lot of plans on hold because it's mainly our kitchen area and our bedroom and our doors. And so it'll be just. Yeah,
it kind of just, I guess what it is that it feels like your life is kind of in a
limbo.
Like you can't, like you said, you can't really host people because you're like, well, it's just crazy over here. So you don't do that. And then anyway, it's like not the end of the world, but it is sometimes.
It's a lot.
It just feels like your life is on hold. And then it sometimes ends up being so long that you're like, oh, it's been months that I haven't been able to
it doesn't
live my normal life.
To us, it wasn't annoying until it went longer than we expected. That's when it starts being like, okay, this is really taking a long time, but it's fine. I really don't want to complain because first of all, we're not paying for it and they're so nice and they are doing so much for us. So I really can't complain, but I will.
Yeah, no, I get it. Well, I've been doing Pale Girl exposure therapy, guys. I'm on week 2.
Nice.
I hesitate to say that because I'm 100% self-tanning in the future, like literally probably next week. And for our shows, I'll probably get spray tans. Like, this is not my new personality. I'm not now just never gonna have a tan. Like, I love self-tanning, but sometimes it's a whole process, And if you do know, because if you're a pale girly and you self-tan often, like I know girls who just self-tan weekly. Like, it's part of the weekly routine. You put self-tanner on the weekend, you shower it off and you're tan for a while and you're trying to extend the tan. You don't do certain things because you don't want the tan to go away. Like, it's like a lifestyle. It really is. And so not doing it is, number one, so much easier because it's just something that you don't have to consider. Like that is something that I would consider for activities. I'd be like, well, I don't want to go swim.
Like sweating and like wearing white or like color or like borrowing something. Yeah.
Or working out. I would strategically plan like, okay, if I got a fresh spray tan, I'm not going to go get super sweaty. So I'll do a workout that's like not as, it like takes up mental space. I know it sounds so dumb, but it really does. It's like a whole thing you have to account for. So then when you throw that out the window, it's like a lot easier to actually just, go about life because you're not doing math on, is that going to ruin my tan? Okay, if I get it that day, by this specific day, then it's going to be kind of like splotchy. So what day would I exfoliate to then freshen it up again? Like it's this whole thing. So not doing it is very nice. Again, talk to me in fall and winter when I'm even more pale because I don't get tan, but I guess in the summer I feel a little more sun-kissed and like my freckles get darker and I don't mind it. But then when I am in the depths of winter, like catch me at Bronze Bunny.
Yeah.
I'll be back. So, but I am liking it, honestly. This girl that I follow on TikTok, her name's Kylie. She inspired me to do this because she is a pale redhead queen. She is so beautiful and she has kind of gone on this whole journey of quitting self-tanning. And again, this is more, I'm not saying I'm quitting. Okay, let's keep that in mind. But she really is. Like she's trying to basically never self-tan again. She's been, that's what I'm picking up from her content. She is planning her wedding and she's not going to self-tan for her wedding. She's going to be pale on her wedding day. Like she's just decided this is, her lifestyle. And she was showing videos of her from before when she was spray tanning and self-tanning a lot. And then now when she doesn't. And it really sometimes takes like an outside perspective, I think, to see something for yourself. Like when I was watching her video of her before and after, she looked so beautiful afterwards to me where she did look more natural. And it's like, okay, that is her natural skin tone and it suits her. And she just looked so pretty and like glowing and ethereal. And then ever since I started liking more of her content and stuff, more pale girls have been popping up on my feed being like, here's your sign to embrace your pale stuff. And they'll do like pale stuff, to embrace your pale skin. And they'll do
your pale thing.
They'll do makeup tutorials for pale skin and stuff. And it genuinely looks so pretty. And I'm like, okay, I need to have that same energy for myself because I think it's easy from an outside perspective to be like, oh yeah, they look so good. But then when it comes to you're in your comfort zone. And I'm like, well, I like to have a little bit of color. Like that's how I usually feel better. So I've been testing out the waters, not spray tanning. And the thing is that there are also certain outfits that I will not wear if I'm not tan. So if I don't have a tan on, I would not wear a tank top ever in my life would I wear a tank top.
Yeah.
Or a swimsuit if I wasn't tan. I'm not kidding. Like that has been my lifestyle for the past 15 years. Like I would never. But I'm trying to do that. So it is actual exposure therapy. I will put on a tank top and be like, I actually don't know if I can leave the house. And then I'm just like, nope, I got to do it.
Wow, that is good.
What this stems from, I don't want to harp on this too much because I feel like I have talked about this before, but what this stems from that I think maybe if you're not pale, you wouldn't understand. Well, you definitely wouldn't understand. But it's like, I feel like everyone has something about themselves that they either got comments on when they were little or that they're insecure about or what that doesn't match society's beauty standards. Everyone has something, right? I feel like it's very rare that someone's just like, oh, I'm not insecure about a single thing. But I think from a very young age, having pale skin was a constant topic of discussion amongst like anywhere I went. Because especially living in Arizona, it's so hot during the summer, you're wearing like shorts or swimsuits and people constantly made comments about it to me. Like genuinely, I could not go to a group activity without someone being like, whoa, you're the palest person I've ever seen, like just harping on it. And so I learned to cover up or spray tan. Like those were my two options or self-tan. I'm like, okay, well, every time I wear shorts, like people comment on it and it's so annoying. So the way I can have them not comment is just wear pants or put self-tanner on because then they won't comment on it. And so I've like done that for literally the past like 15 years. And I'm like, okay, I'm 30 now. I'm maturing. And now I think it does take time too to like see things through different eyes. Oh, what I was going to say about that is that when people also draw attention to the fact that you're pale, it's never a compliment. And that's what I feel like I've harped on the podcast before. But never would that be a compliment. And I think everyone knows that. Like, or even peers or friends being like, oh, I look so ugly and pale. Like, I just need to get a tan and then I'll feel better. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, that's not an option for me. Like, so in my head growing up, I'm like, so I'm ugly because everyone's talking about how the worst thing, like, I wouldn't want to be pale, you know, like even that thing you were showing me of the like Utah dating show, and it was like, what's your type? And the guy's like, tan, da da da. Yeah. Like, that is the energy I grew up.
I feel like on Love Island, especially, just like, they'll be like, what's your type? And they're like, tanned, tall.
Always. Yeah. Like, that's always the thing people want to be. And like, their biggest fear literally is like, oh, I look pale in that. So it's like, okay, well, now imagine that energy constantly growing up. It's you're going to assume that is not a good positive thing. And that is not something that makes you pretty. Like, that is a bad thing. And so anyway, I'm trying to undo that now that I'm 30. And I feel like, really, from an outside perspective, like, someone sent me Lily Collins' recent post, and she's like super pale in the post. And they're like, if she can do it, we can do it too. And I'm like, honestly, I really love seeing pale girlies out here just like being gorgeous because it does give me inspo. Even seeing Lindsay Lohan in the new Freakier Friday, like, I could tell in a lot of the scenes she was not tanned at all. She like looked very pale, but I thought she looked gorgeous.
Yeah.
Granted, she probably just got a facelift, so that helps. Everyone's talking about she like got plastic surgery, but anyway, I'm on a journey and I'll be doing both. Tanning and not tanning for certain events. I feel like what it is just taking your power back of like, I don't need this to feel pretty, but if I want to sometimes like glam up and tan, like, great.
Yeah.
I will. But if I don't want to.
Not as like a protective thing.
Yes.
It's more of a enhancement.
Exactly. Yes. And I feel like people now, maybe it's just that I'm more confident now. So I feel like people wouldn't comment on that. I'm talking in person, maybe online someone would or something, but in person, I feel like it would be very weird for someone to comment on like a 30-year-old woman, be like, you're pale. It just would seem weird to me. So I'm like not as scared of, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, why would I care about a random person? I think that's a lot different when you're 15. And then people are commenting on your body when you're like at your most susceptible,
you're not quite confident
and
yet,
insecure and like you're still trying to figure everything out and your body's changing. Now I feel a little more like, okay, I wouldn't care if someone made a comment. So maybe that's why I feel a little more confident in that decision, but
you're ready to tackle it.
Yes.
Well, honestly, I don't know if this is like invalidating or not, but I haven't noticed a difference. Like, I could not tell if you were wearing self-tanner or not.
Really?
Like, well, I think it's beautiful. I think you look beautiful.
Thank you. Well, the thing is that,
and I'm not like, I can tell she has not been wearing self-tanner. But I mean, that's coming from someone who sees you all the time. But
well, the thing that I
like, you're crazy.
Do sometimes I feel like I have gotten to a point where spray tans are a little darker, but with most self-tanner, I'll do like a very light coat so that it looks pretty natural. I just don't look like actual Casper.
Takes the edge off.
Yes. So people I feel like wouldn't even know that I self-tan. They would just think like, I don't know, they wouldn't think anything of it. But I think now, again, it is summer. I think you would notice more maybe in fall or winter when I'm like really, really pale. Because I have been like getting outside and I feel like the sun like does make
spooky season.
Yeah. Oh, it will be spooky. And there will be one ghost in every episode.
You come over and I'm like, oh, sorry. It's just JC.
Literally. Prepare to be spooked.
I feel like everybody's like gets paler though in the
for sure.
winter and fall.
Most people do, but especially, yes, it will be especially maybe more obvious. But yeah, we're on the journey. We're on the train. I just want my pale girlies out there to know that you don't need self-tanner to be pretty. Like, truly, I feel like if you enhance, I've been saying I've been focused more on body care too. And when I feel like I'm like hydrated with lotion and I've exfoliated and I've shaved, like, I feel personally better than if I wasn't doing those things. I know everyone's different, but like when I focus on that and just focus on hydrated, clean, olive skin, like, I didn't mean to say olive skin. I was going to say all of that. I'm like, gaslighting everyone. I'm like, have you guys seen how olive my skin tone got?
I really just need to enhance my natural olive tone.
No. But when I focus on all of that, I feel like healthier and better even. So
I just went to a Dermalogica event and they were talking about their new body products, and like it's like this body serum, and they were like, oh, you can put the serum on and then your body moisturizer. I'm like, oh my gosh, I am really maturing because I also am trying to be more intentional about my body care of like exfoliating, the lotion I use, like the things that I put on my body, even just like making sure, don't look at my legs right now. They could not be more dry, but just making sure that they're like hydrated and I'm taking care of them because I feel like as you're older, you just like start to notice your skin more. Like my hands, I'm starting to put like sunscreen on my hands.
Yeah.
And just all those little things that I feel like when you're younger, you don't even think about.
No, you
but
definitely
it is important.
do notice.
It makes you feel way more confident.
It does. I love the Necessaire body serum and Cycler, Cycler, the brand by Claudia. I love their body care products too. Like they have a milky essence, they call it. It's like kind of that same thing. And then their lotions are so good. Like it's nice to focus on things like that. And also when you're not tanning all the time, then you can kind of like, I don't know, have a better body care routine too. I mean, you can when you're tanning too, but like I'm saying, it's like a full-blown lifestyle when you're tanning constantly.
That's what I'm thinking of because when I do get a spray tan every once in a while, I'm like, wow, this is so annoying to me to have to like think about washing my face or like putting on different things.
And then
my
neck
is not going to match. Yeah, it's like all those little things. Oh, the pajamas I wear. I don't want to wear light pajamas. And then I like sweat and now I have stains on my pajamas.
Yeah.
Like just all those little things.
It's a full-blown thing. Also, I think seeing my family members who are also pale, like I've, obviously this is in my genetics. So my mom, my aunt, my grandma, like we all have very fair skin. And truly like seeing them, I think it is so beautiful. Like it's just, I feel like it's hard to do that with yourself. I don't know if I'm the only, well, I know I'm not the only person, not to sound like a pick me, but I'm like, I feel like that's kind of a universal experience, at least for me, where I see something on another person and I think that it looks good, but on me I'm like no. Like my grandma and my mom, like all their freckles, I'm like it's so pretty to me and it feels like so homey because that's what I grew up with, like that energy of
that's cute for you
know what I mean. Yeah, and I'm like that's pretty for you, but like I want to be young and hot,
Yeah.
But I'm leaning into it because
love it.
You can be hot and pale.
Be you.
That's right. I was watching this clip of myself talking on YouTube and I like didn't put self tanner on and I was like genuinely pleasantly surprised. I'm like, honestly, I think like my freckles were popping because my skin was so light. And that's the thing is when you tan, it kind of dulls that because it makes everything a little darker. Well, I just didn't realize it because I feel like I'm always self tanning. Like I very rarely film if I just have like nothing on. And so, but I did the other day. And then I was looking back and I'm like, honestly, the pop, like it looks pretty.
The freckles popping is everything.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I'm leaning in.
She's coming out.
Shout out to Kylie for inspiring me. Yes.
Nice.
I hate my outfit, but other than that, I'm feeling a little better now that I've gotten all this off my chest.
I was going to say anything
I
else you get off your chest?
I actually love this workout set, but
the color is so pretty.
No, the color's everything. I actually really love this and I love my shoes, but I don't like the top section.
Yeah,
but
the shoes match perfectly.
I know, but I can't take off the top because it's just, I don't want to talk about it right now.
Yeah. Anything else though? Because you can get it all out and then afterwards you'll feel better. Like what else is bothering you?
What else is bothering me? No, really just that.
Okay.
I just wanted to get all the pale
comes
stuff
up along the way. Feel free to interject.
Yeah.
I had this most serious thought the other day that I need to go an entire month with no complaining. Like how people go, no alcohol, sober. Like I need to literally stop complaining for an entire month and just see how it changes my life because I bother myself. I can't even imagine how much I freaking bother other people by my complaining.
I feel that. And the problem is also when you're close. This is what I was saying to you in one of our episodes, but you denied me, or you didn't deny me, but you didn't agree. I was saying something about how we need to not complain less. I can't remember what I was saying, but you're like, no, because we're like each other's like safe space. And I was like, yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I was going to say is complaining in a allotted time, I think venting is very normal. Like having a time and place, but not, I'm too comfortable complaining anywhere in front of anyone at any time of the day.
I feel that.
Like where it's like, okay, if we're in the car for an hour, I want to complain. But
for sure.
Also, I don't want to just be like out and about me. That hurt. I'm tired. I'm cold. Like I'm done. I'm over it. This shirt's too big. I don't like the way this fits. Like I'm just over it. I'm really over it. I'm over it for myself. Like I'm annoyed by myself saying that.
I feel like sometimes
I stop? No.
I feel like sometimes I'll pick out the worst of a situation and like focus on that completely. It's like I had a great day and then I'll just be like, okay, I'm interrupting myself. Wow. I've been actually thinking about, you want to know what else is bothering me? I have ADHD. I feel like 100%. My brain is not well. And I was realizing this because I love a list. Okay. We know this, duh. I make lists all the time. I add things to my to-do list so I don't forget them. Like I just reposted this TikTok that's like, I'll be fine. I just need to make another list. Okay. That's my life. That's how I keep things structured and organized. However, the way that how often I get sidetracked needs to be studied.
Yeah.
Because the other day I had this list going of all these things I needed to do. Suddenly I'm on Pinterest pinning holiday inspiration. What are you doing?
Yeah.
The busiest day, by the way. The busiest day where all this stuff was due. Deadlines. I have all these things, whatever. Why am I on Pinterest pinning holiday? And I genuinely was like, what am I doing? I started a full board of holiday stuff. Why? Why am I doing that?
No, honestly, that is valid. It's coming up.
Yeah, but that's the problem. I will just my brain will start going down a rabbit hole and I will just go in all these different directions and I will do the most just inopportune. It doesn't need to be done right then. And that is what I focus my energy on. And I've been trying so hard to get things done in order of importance, not like these random little tasks that I think of. Yes. But it's not even fun. It's like something that I have the random thought of. And then I just go and do it when there's 10 things. Urgent. Yes, there's 10 things that need to be done. I don't know how I even got there. Like truly, I'll be doing the action and I'm like, I genuinely don't know how I got to this point.
Yeah.
And it scares me. I need to focus on the task at hand. On the list.
That's so hard. Dang.
I don't know what it is. That's my last complaint for the day is I need to stop doing that.
Stop getting distracted?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know how to fix that.
Do you feel like you do that? Like go on random tangents?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm like, Nick always is on me about my time management. He's like, wait, I thought you said you were going to do this. And I'm doing the same thing. I'm like shopping for a new pouch for my bag. I'm like, this is super important. Or like literally getting the boys like snow jackets for a snow trip we don't have planned. I'm like, I'm like, what's the best snow stuff for if I wanted to teach my kids how to snowboard? Don't even have a trip planned. What is going on? What? Or like how to pack lunches for school. I'm like, I don't even have kids in school. Like, what am I doing?
It's so true. It's so bad. It's like, I feel like it's a way of procrastination in a way, but I don't know the variety of things that I get into that I'm like,
I'll think of something like that needs to be done. It's like, well, I have the thought, I need to act on it. Exactly. So like, let's do it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I bring other people into it. That's my problem is like, I bring Nick into it or something where I'm like, oh, by the way, I really want to redo the side yard. Get your shoes on. We're doing it now.
No, I'm so bad at that too. I'm like, I kind of wanted to hang this. Life's like, oh, okay. I'm like, no.
Yeah. Where's your toolbox? Get out the hammer. It out now. Yeah.
He's like, okay.
We're already behind. We're already behind schedule.
Literally.
Get it going.
Oh, it's so true. And I think that's part of my frustration is I have so many tasks. That's why I was feeling so behind this morning is because I'm like, I have so many things that I should have done. And it's not even at this point like scrolling. It's not that.
Yeah, no.
That's distracting me because I brick. It's literally my own brain going down random tangents. And I will just start, like I'll have a list. I start walking into the kitchen and then I notice something that I'm like, oh, I should clean that up. I'm like, well, kind of like you said, well, since I'm thinking about it, I'm going to do that right now. So then I'm cleaning that up and it leads me to a different thought. The
drawer
looks
like, a little out of sorts. And then the next thing I know, I've pulled everything out of the drawer. Yeah. It's like, but I don't want to finish it. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, and I'm like, I wanted to go and grab something for that. Okay, I'll do that too. And then anyway, and then it's like I didn't film any of the stuff I was supposed to film. I'm like, what am I doing? So, yeah.
Seek help.
So that's my life. Anyway.
Hope you guys came for some really high vibes here. High vibrations only. We do have, I feel like there's other things I want to talk about. But maybe we can save them for Tuesday's episode.
Sorry, I really took over with all these complaints.
They're like, please get to the story. I'm like, will we or won't we?
Do you want to get into the advice?
We're going to jump into an ad to talk about Drip Drop. I'm so excited about this sponsor. When I'm on top of my hydration, I notice that everything works better. My energy, my mood, my focus. And I notice how much more just hydrated and glowing my skin looks. But getting enough fluids for me every day is not easy. For some reason, I literally cannot remember to do it. And then it's 4 p.m. and I'm like, I haven't had a sip of water all day. That's why I've been loving Drip Drop. I seriously, you guys, it has changed the game for me. I forgot to put it in my water this morning and I am regretting it because it tastes just subtle enough where it's not overpowering your water. It still feels like you're drinking water, if that makes sense. If you've had other hydration powders or electrolyte powders or things, sometimes it feels like you're not even drinking water. It feels like you're drinking a sugary drink. But Drip Drop is the perfect amount and it gives you that hydrated feeling fast. So Drip Drop is doctor developed, proven fast hydration. It uses a precise ratio of sodium electrolytes and glucose for rapid fluid absorption, delivering 3 times the electrolytes and half the sugar versus the leading sports drink. So you can feel the difference fast. You have less fatigue, more focus, no more midday crash. My personal favorite flavor is watermelon. That's the one I always reach for, but honestly, all of them are so good.
Drip Drop is a breakthrough hydration formula that's backed by science, which is why it's trusted by firefighters, medical professionals, and over 90% of top pro and college sports teams. There are so many flavors for you guys to choose from with over 16 original formula flavors plus 8 zero sugar options as well. And to make it easy, Drip Drop has flexible subscription options, so you're never stuck without proven fast hydration, whether you're on the job, at the gym, or just parenting through a heat wave. You will always have your drip on hand. Right now, Drip Drop is offering podcast listeners 20% off your first order. Go to dripdrop.com and use promo code WhatWeSaid. That's dripdrop.com, promo code WhatWeSaid for 20% off. Stock up now before the heat hits hard. Dripdrop.com and use promo code WhatWeSaid now. I love a protein shake, and the protein I am always using is from Clean Simple Eats. I'm always stocked. I love their chocolate brownie, their simple vanilla one. Those are probably my most go-to ones, obviously, because they're just very versatile and they taste so good. I also love their snickerdoodle. They have so many good flavors. You guys need to go on their website if you're interested and just browse through all the flavors because they're so good. And something that I haven't made in a while that I was remembering because someone tagged me and were like, oh, I got this recipe from JC, is my chocolate cherry smoothie. And I need that immediately. I need to go get some frozen cherries. It's so good. You just add like a milk of your choice, some chocolate protein powder, frozen cherries. You can add spinach, other stuff too. It is the best flavor combo. So thank you to who reminded me of doing that. I need to make that ASAP. Clean Simple Eats protein powder is always grass-fed with no seed oils, no artificial ingredients or sweeteners, soy-free, gluten-free, and each serving has 20 grams of protein. It's also very creamy and smooth, and I don't say this lightly. Like I hate the protein taste, the aftertaste. And Clean Simple Eats is the best protein powder I've ever had. It is so, so good.
In addition to their best-selling protein powders, Clean Simple Eats also has clear protein in a can. Made with only 8 ingredients, their clear protein is completely lactose-free, making it easy on digestion. Each can contains 20 grams of grass-fed whey protein and only the highest quality ingredients. They also have a clear protein plus energy drink with 20 grams of protein and 100 milligrams of caffeine for that perfect little pick-me-up. Also, their toasted marshmallow flavor is so good, and I feel like it's such a good flavor for fall coming up. So definitely try that one out. So you can visit cleansimpleeats.com and use the code WhatWeSaid at checkout for 20% off your first order plus free shipping. That's cleansimpleeats.com, code WhatWeSaid for 20% off your first order plus free shipping. Link is also in the show notes. Go check it out.
Amazon presents Scotty versus Geology 101 paper. A mountain of an assignment. The Geology 101 paper can turn an all-dayer into an all-nighter and an all-nighter into an all-morning-er. But Scotty shopped on Amazon and saved on a laptop, sticky notes, and a mini fridge full of energy drinks. Hey, paper, Scotty's got you on the ropes. Carbon date that. Save the everyday with college deals on Amazon.
Okay, yeah, let's start the advice. I really want to talk about Kevin singing solo.
Who's Kevin?
In the Jonas Brothers. Did you see that video?
Don't know a thing about that.
We don't really need to discuss it, but just know that I saw it and I loved it.
We don't need to discuss it, but it goes on a 10-minute rabbit hole.
No, I just need everyone to know my quick thought that I loved it, and you need to go watch it, and maybe we could talk about it next week. But Kevin Jonas singing solo for like one of the first times in one of the concerts that they had, and like they posted it and he was like tearing up and stuff. It was really cute.
Why is that like groundbreaking news?
Because you don't know the Jonas Brothers, do you?
You don't know who they are, do you? Name the others. I'm like, kidding.
Name
of course
one
I know
song.
them. Of course. But what do you mean? Why is it groundbreaking that
Because he always sings backup. He never sings like, definitely not solo. It's not like he's
Joe is like the main
Joe and Nick they have their solo career. Here we are discussing it.
Who did you say?
Kevin.
Oh, I thought you said Nick for some reason.
And that's why it's important because people don't remember him.
No, that's so true.
He's the third. And it was so beautiful.
Oh, that's cute. Okay. In my
head,
was like,
I'm a little nervous. Oh, you have to watch the video and we'll talk about it next time. No,
cute.
not Nick.
That's why I was like, why is this groundbreaking news? Like, I've heard him sing a million times.
No, Kevin. That proves to you why it is such a big deal.
Such an afterthought.
Like, who's Kevin? There's 3?
No, that's actually so sad.
So
I wonder
cute.
if he has like psychological damage from being like forgotten.
Did you watch their documentary?
If I did, I forgot about it.
Oh, well, okay. We'll talk about it next time. Everyone go do their research. We'll discuss later.
Okay.
Go watch the documentary. Go watch the video. Go watch Danielle's reaction. Danielle's his wife.
I'm like, Danielle. I definitely know who Danielle is. Big fan.
Okay. All right. You ready to get into this advice?
I'm ready.
Okay. To start, I've been listening to you guys for years. Recommend your podcast to everyone I know. Wear your merch 24/7. Basically a walking what we said ad. And I'm absolutely obsessed with you. Thank you. Love you,
our queen.
Okay, so on to the advice that I need. I have a 3-month-old baby boy. I am open to sharing pictures of him online, but I limit it, especially on my public account. I have a private account for family and friends where I share a few more photos, but still not a ton. When my baby was first born, my mother-in-law asked me what I was comfortable with in terms of sharing photos online. I told her that I was, shout out to her for at least asking. I told her that I was okay with her resharing any photos I had already posted of him or photos she took of him on her own. I did ask her to evaluate her friends list in case there was anyone sketchy she was friends with online. She tends to friend anyone and everyone. And for the record, I also did the same with my friends list when he was born. Oh, like she did it with her own.
On, what are we talking about? Instagram? Or
I'm
did she say
assuming.
Facebook? Because friends
She just
is
said
like
public
Facebook.
account.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. My friends list is primarily family and female friends that I know well. I let her know that I wasn't planning on sharing a lot of photos of my son on the internet. Since I don't share many photos online, I often send personal texts with pictures of him to close family and friends. Every time I send one to my mother-in-law, she immediately posts it on both Facebook and her public Instagram account. Not to mention, she writes over the photos with terrible fonts and puts them to weird music. These are the photos I was never planning on sharing online, hence why I personally texted them. And what if I did want to post the pictures later on? She's already shared them, making it look like she took them. Granted, I'm sure most people know she's not the one taking such amazing photos. Am I an asshole for not wanting to text my mother-in-law pictures of my baby? What's sad is I equally want to share pictures of my son with my family and my husband's family. But because my mother-in-law has to post everything, it makes me want to send less pictures to my husband's side of the family, which also makes me feel bad because I'd send the pictures to my father-in-law with no problem, but he never posts the pictures. I feel bad not sending them to him, but she would absolutely complain if he was getting them and she wasn't. So what do you do and how would you address this? Am I making too big of a deal out of it? Okay, here's the thing about older people with Facebook and Instagram. They just don't get it. So they sometimes need a little bit of like
Direction.
explanation. Yes, and direction and rules where it's like, okay, I don't know if you know, but like this is why I don't share the photos because of this, this, and this. Like, and I know it seemed, because they're like, well, nobody follows me. It's like, I just don't like having them on the internet. Or like, I don't like, this and this. And I would really like to kind of be the one in charge of my child's
Digital footprint.
Yes, basically. So if you just explain that to her, then hopefully that's giving her the opportunity to be like, hey, I want to share photos with you, but I really don't want them.
So initially she said she gave her permission. I thought she said she did give her permission to post photos that she sent her. Didn't she say that?
No? That she took of him herself.
Right. Or what was the other option?
Or that she posted. Like
that
she can
posted.
repost, basically.
Okay, so maybe she just needs a refresh.
Yes.
Just be like, hey, I send a lot of different photos. I don't want all of those posted. I really only feel comfortable with the ones that I personally post or the ones that you take yourself. Just give her like a little refresh crash course.
But like,
you know, the fun
with what
photos
I send
that I'm sending day to day, I don't necessarily want those on the internet.
Yeah.
I have so many thoughts because it is so weird to me. And this is coming from someone who like has a lot of a digital footprint of many, many years, some of which I do wish I could take back, or just things that I shared that I'm like, gosh, that's so, I guess now that the internet we've had more experience with it, I feel so different about sharing things. Like I really do. And sometimes I just feel like I don't understand the need, I guess.
The need what?
To share. Like that.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically that. When it's like your mother-in-law is posting. I mean, it's probably good intention. She's probably just like, oh, my nephew, it's a grandson, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's her
my
mother-in-law.
grandson's so cute. And I'm just like so proud. I just want to share. I get that, I guess. But sometimes I don't understand the need to share like so much, so often, especially if it's not a job or something. It's just like a random hobby.
I feel as though that's why I'm saying like the older people, they look at it like sending pictures to your friends where it's like, or showing pictures. Like they don't understand really the crossover of like social media as a job, social media and everything that it is. I feel like they genuinely, this is how I feel like my grandparents even think of it. It's like sending out a card, sending out a newsletter to their friends and family.
Right.
They're not like, oh, this random person like they're not thinking about it the way that we do. So they're like, that's their way of sharing.
Just updating
their kid.
people.
Yeah. Like, oh, look at, like you would show someone like, look at this photo of my baby. Like it's so cute, whatever.
Right.
This is them doing their first whatever. You're just like so proud. And I think that's what they think of it. Like, so that's why you have to be like, well, this is why I know you have good intentions of like wanting to share them with your friends and family, but maybe if you want to share them with people who don't live by you, maybe like you can text it to them, or I don't know. It just gets it does messy.
Get sticky, and it is just, I guess, I don't know. I would need more context. What social media platform, and are they private? Because, maybe to her credit, has a private Instagram account and she's just sharing it to her. Like that would be best case scenario.
She said it's her public. She's sharing it to her public.
But I mean, okay, well, if it's
every time I send one to my mother-in-law, she immediately posts it on both Facebook and her public Instagram account.
Well, public Instagram is a different story.
Yeah.
Because that is free game for anyone.
Yeah, like, you need to like tell her to make it private if she wants to do it or not post. It's just hard. Honestly, it's sometimes it's just like you just got to be like, okay, I don't want to go over these little rules. We're either going to do yes or no.
Yeah,
like,
it's true.
Let's just not
don't post photos.
Yeah. Don't post photos. If you really, maybe we can work something out if you really feel like you want to, but I think let's just keep it to emails or pictures with people you know. Or text. Like text.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, if you don't want it to get messy, or tell her to go private. Be like, if you have a private account so no one else can see it, then that's fine. But if you're going to have a public account, then no.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They just don't get the like dangers of it, the older people. They really don't. They just don't. They don't know as much as we do. They don't think of it like that. They think, I don't know.
They just think it's not a big deal at all. Which on one hand,
they don't understand the complexity of the internet in general. So it would make sense that they don't understand the complexity of like the dangers of it.
Exactly.
Or like, the negatives.
Okay. Number 2. Hi, ladies. First off, I just need to say how obsessed I am with you both and the pod. Truly, you've changed my life. I could go on forever about how much I love you and your families. Yes, I'm emotionally invested in them too, but we have drama to unpack.
Oh, no.
So let's get into it. So one of my childhood besties, we will call her Madison, has recently found love. And by love, I mean a questionable life decision. Correct. Madison and I met in 6th grade, have been besties ever since. We are now 22, trying to survive adulthood. Flashback to about 4 months ago, Madison and a few of our high school friends drove up to surprise me for my birthday. They're the best. And during this wholesome reunion, she drops the bomb that she's seeing someone new who is a regular customer at her work. His name, let's call him John. And here's the kicker. John is 48. 48 as in 2 years older than her dad. As in has lived through more recessions than we've had bad hair phases. At first I was like, okay, maybe he just looks 48 and is actually 35. But no, the man is a full-grown AARP card-carrying adult. And to make things even sketchier, their relationship is super secretive. The whole thing is super hush-hush. She only sees him at his house, which is basically in the middle of nowhere. She turns off her location whenever she's with him, so her parents cannot track her, which means none of her friends know about the situation. who know about the situation can see where she is either. Scary. Oh, and a fun bonus fact, her dad is a pastor. She sings in the choir and she leads youth group. So if her family found out, I genuinely think they would spontaneously combust and die. Now, I'm not here to be the fun police. I fully believe people should live their own lives and make their own choices. But this one has me spiraling. I feel like it's coming from a place of insecurity, but that is another story for another time. If this relationship was not a secret, still weird, but fine. If he was closer to our age, still secret, maybe. But something about the secrecy, age gap, and backwoods bunker vibes just screams we'll hear about this in a Netflix doc one day. So here's my question to you. Am I being dramatic? Should I just let Madison live out her geriatric romance in peace?
Please.
Or do I stage an intervention before she becomes the next missing person segment on Dateline? Please tell me I'm not crazy. Love you girls so much. Thank you for making Tuesdays my favorite day of the week. Sincerely, a stressed out best friend just trying to keep her friend off a true crime podcast.
Okay, I'm going into like mom mode when I hear it instead of friend mode because I'm like, this might... it just reminds me of those videos you see like on social media where it's like they may not talk to me anymore, but at least they got help or something. Yeah. Where it's like they told their friends' parents, basically like they told on them to their friends' parents when they were like doing something scary or whatever, and the friend cut them off, but like it saved their friend's life basically. Right. And I almost feel as though this is one of those situations where if he's actually 48, she's 22, and it's secretive, and it's like, that's not your friend just going through a phase or something. That is like predatory behavior. If it's secretive, if she has to turn her location off, like that's not a good situation. In no world are these two people soulmates. No. I'm so sorry. She's 22.
Number one red flag is the secrecy of it. If you have to start being secretive in a relationship, if everything is hush-hush, you have to turn off your location, it is a red flag. Yeah. There is nothing about that is good because your soulmate, the person you want to be around, it should be the opposite of secretive. It should be so, you guys are both loud and proud to be together. There's no weird, hiding stuff and we can't. And the problem is those people, like this guy specifically, somehow they justify it to where it makes sense in your brain that it has to be a secret. But in no world does a good relationship ever need to be a secret.
No.
It's just not the case.
No, definitely not. And I feel like you have to maybe judge how her parents are. And like you're saying, like if they are maybe super strict and like, I don't know. I would think about having an intervention with her, not like actually an intervention, but getting either a couple of your friends or anyone else who knows and like taking her out to dinner, sitting her down and being like, this is scaring me. I'm not going to lie. Like I'm very concerned about this situation. I know that you're a grown adult, you can kind of do what you want, but I just want you to know I'm very worried about you and I don't think this is a good situation, and I don't know what the best thing to do is. Well, like if you go to her or if you go to her parents.
I feel like you go to her first,
but then I'm scared she might do something like gives her a chance to like, I feel like maybe what I'm thinking is if you go to her parents and you kind of like plan something with them, almost just like, hey, I don't know if you know, but she's seeing this guy. I'm really worried about her. I don't want you guys to like, we need to be delicate about this situation because we don't want to escalate the like secretiveness where it's like now she's like, oh, you told me, now I'm going to go off with him and like we're going to run away together.
That's what I fear. If you get the parents involved, it's really like, okay, screw you then. Like like I feel like if you go to her first and say, maybe mostly just like, I'm very concerned about this and I would feel a lot better if it wasn't such a secretive thing. So, okay, I know you're seeing him and that's fine. I can't control your life and what you do, but can you at least not turn your location off from me at least? Like, please at least just trust me so that I can like see where you are and we can track your phone. That's going to make me feel better. That's a very reasonable ask, I feel like.
Yes.
For a best friend to be like, that scares me that you're turning off your location. Like, please at least keep it on so that I know that you're, that we can track your phone and stuff. Like, that's scary. I don't know. The problem is you really cannot control people. I know. And it's so hard, especially in these toxic situations and these relationships, is like, even as well-intentioned as you are and as good of a friend as you are, you cannot control what she does. And the worst part is that if you do try, she is going to cut you off and become even more secretive with him and even get in a worse situation. Yeah. So you kind of have to be like a soft place for her to land in a way, I feel like. And like a trusting source for her while also being like explaining where you're coming from. I'm very concerned. Still being honest. Like this is really scaring me because, you know, and kind of bringing up all these points like, why is it so secretive? Why can't he, whatever, like making her reflect on that a little bit.
Why can't you share your location with me? Is he telling you that? Like, just, asking your questions, getting curious about it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's so hard because as like her parents, I would want to know, but you never know how parents are. Cause it's like, you could just for extra, like, I don't know. Again, depends on her parents. But if her parents are like really, really good parents and are like, not going to just like put her in a cage immediately and are going to talk to her and be like, hey, you know, maybe you can even say, don't tell her I told you so that I can still kind of be like on her
team.
Yeah, on her team so she can like open up to me, be like, hey, I found out that you're dating this guy. Like, we just want you to be safe. Like, can you tell us about him? Like, you have your agency, you know, but it's like,
yeah.
Because then it kind of gives her more on her side where it's like when you're in a toxic relationship and no one else knows, then you're really alienated.
You're
so in their orbit. But then as soon as other people start finding out, even though you may have like
animosity at first.
Yes. Then, but it's such a sticky situation.
It is. I feel like it depends how.
Definitely talk to her. I think that's a good point. I think that's a good starting point though. Like talk to her and ask her and like you were saying.
It depends how bad you feel the situation is. Like if you're genuinely like, I'm actually scared for her life, tell her parents immediately. If if you think it's more like, okay, he's just kind of a creepy, like well, not that that's not a big deal, but like, you know, he's kind of weird and like the situation isn't good, but I don't know, if you're genuinely getting the vibe that you're like, she is in danger, then absolutely tell her parents.
Yeah, maybe it depends. That's a good play. Like talk to her first, see what the vibes are. Yeah. And then if it's like, okay, this is worse than I thought, tell her parents. If it's not, then you can kind of do it on your own. Maybe even talk to your other friends who know and just be like, how are we going to protect her?
You've done what you can at that point. It's like, okay, I talked to you. I tried to make sure you were safe. At least you can sleep at night knowing like you didn't just like let it completely slide and be like, oh, I didn't.
Because to me, like when I'm 22, I'm thinking I'm an adult. We're all adults.
Right.
Like, but as the parent, that's why I'm like, I'm going to mom. 22 is still a child.
So
like
young.
It's still so young. And you are not mentally capable of like, I don't know, just.
Well, it's just easier to get
understanding toxicity as much as when you're older.
Yeah, it's just easier to get looped into
That's
something.
why they go for the young girls.
That is exactly it. Is that normal guys who are almost 50 would never go. That's why they're preying on young girls because their brains are not fully developed and it's easier to manipulate them. So that's why.
Yes.
There's no other reason other than they're young and impressionable and easier.
Yeah, is this guy married? Like, what's the vibe?
I don't know.
Does he have another family?
Are you almost 50 going for a basically 20-year-old?
Yes.
It's not okay.
No. Okay.
Something's off.
Well, keep us updated because now I'm scared for her.
Same.
Help. I'm really struggling with jealousy. I hate to even admit it because jealousy feels so ugly, but lately I've found myself in a dark place over it, especially with some of my friends. I'm almost 30 and the difference between my life and theirs feels huge right now. Most of them received large amounts of money to buy their first homes. We're talking hundreds of thousands and now live in $1 million plus houses in beautiful neighborhoods. Meanwhile, I grew up with an amazing single mom who couldn't give me that kind of financial help. I put myself through college, paid off my own student loans, and bought my first home, an apartment, completely on my own. I'm proud of what I've accomplished, but I can't help feeling like I'm falling behind. It's hard not to feel resentful when they boast about what they have, knowing they didn't have to work for it in the same way. I hate that I feel this way. I don't know how to move past it, and part of me wants to distance myself, but I also don't want to lose these friendships. How do I stop feeling like this? You know, that is a very self-aware thing, like when you are someone who feels jealous or when you're experiencing jealousy to like have to admit it to yourself sometimes it's hard. It's just like, dang, really didn't want this to be
the truth.
The truth of what I'm feeling right now.
Yeah.
Because it does just feel like, dang, especially when you're older, you're just like, really? We're still getting jealous? Like, that's really crazy. That's for like 12-year-olds. But also I want to say I saw this video the other day And it was this guy talking about how if you're feeling discouraged, it's a really good sign in your life, and how it means you're on a journey of some kind. It means you're working towards something. Because if you're not feeling discouraged, it means you're probably not working on something, or it means you're not like, on a journey of some kind. And that really was nice to hear for me. At least I was like, okay, that put a really good perspective on feelings like this, where you're like, oh, I'm feeling discouraged, I'm feeling behind. I'm like, because you're trying to do stuff. You're trying, you're working, you're like pursuing things. And I think that's a good way to kind of flip even like the jealousy thing of like, I care, I'm trying to work on different things in my life. I want to improve my life. And sometimes that comes with feelings of discouragement, of jealousy, of resentment, of like what other people have easier than you, things like that. So that's not necessarily like a fix all, but just a different little perspective to put on it, because I find when I'm feeling discouraged, I can either go two ways, where I'm like, I want to give up, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. Like, I guess I won't try anymore. This is like, just, is it worth it? What am I doing all this for? And then the other side of me can be like, okay, I'm doing it, and I've done it before, and I've gone through hard things, so I can keep pushing, and I've been in this place before with maybe this exact thing or maybe something else, and so I can keep pushing and make it through. But I also feel like, we talk about this all the time, I feel like on this podcast, like feeling behind, and like, especially, as you get a little bit older, it feels like the pressure like mounts on like what you need to have accomplished, and like having started a family, having bought your first house, having an established job and income, like, vacations even, where you just feel like you have to start collecting everything. And if you don't have like literally all of the, checks, then you start feeling very stressed and like time is running out. So basically just telling you feel what you're feeling is very valid.
Yeah, I think everyone can relate to that in some area of life. And it's so easy to get into that headspace, I feel like. And the worst part is that once you start to notice it, and like you are, maybe like, for example, in this case, she's noticing that all her friends are in these nice houses and noticing that they're talking about it. It's like once you notice something, you just start thinking about it more and more. And so now every time they're going to make a comment being like, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to buy this, it's adding to your resentment in a way, to where, you know what I'm saying? You're noticing it more and more because that's what you're focused on. Yeah. And not to be so cliche and just like, you stay in your own lane, but truly it's like how you're going to progress and make the steps that you want to make is by focusing so hard and getting ruthless in your own life and not looking outward, because they have completely different circumstances in their life just as you do that make up their life. Honestly, the book I'm reading right now is like changing my brain chemistry and like my perspective on life, The Midnight Library, because basically I've already told you guys kind of the concept of the book, but this girl is basically teetering between life and death, and she's in this library, and she gets to go and live out all these different lives that she could have had with different choices that she makes. She's like, okay, I want to go to the life where I pursued music more and like actually was successful at it. And so she goes to this life where she's super famous. She has like 12 million followers on Instagram. She's whatever. And then, but in that life, her brother had passed away. And she was like, oh wait, like, I don't want to be in this life because I don't want that, And then in a different life, she's, happy in this way, but then she wasn't in a good relationship. And she's like, well, I don't want that. And the point that I'm only halfway through the book, but what I'm picking up from that is that it's like, you have to just love the life you have, because you have no idea. It sounds easy to romanticize things or be like, oh, I wish I had that. When you pick someone else's highlight and say, I want that comes with all their lowlights as well. So do you know what I'm saying? It's easy to pick everyone's highlight. I want that house that they have. I want to go on those trips that they go on. I want that career that person has. I want this. Well, what about all of their hardships and their mental struggles and the things? You have to take all of that on as well. And I feel like that's a good practice of being like, this is the life I have right now. So I've gone through hard things in this lifetime. My parents didn't give me, a bunch of money. So I'm going to have to work hard, but maybe I love my family and I love my, and that's good enough for me. So I'm going to work hard, and it's okay that they got that because they go through hard things too that I wouldn't want to go through.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's kind of just like not about picking and choosing, because I feel like that's what helps me the most with comparison is that everyone I know has gone through really hard things in their lives and continues to. And that it just helps me to not be like, I wish I had their life. Cause I'm like, well, they've gone, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do I want all of their issues? It's like, no, I want my own life. Most people, I feel like when it comes down to it, again, I think that's kind of the point of the book. Like she would choose her original life is what it was giving.
Yes.
Like her root life, as they call it.
Yeah.
So
I totally agree with that. And I feel when I was little, I remember having the mindset of like, okay, if I'm jealous of somebody else who like has nicer toys than me or whatever, I remember always thinking to myself like, but would I trade having my parents and like my siblings? Like I would always be like, no. And then it would snap you out of it. I'd be like, okay, but if I had that, then I wouldn't have my siblings or my parents. So then I guess, no, I don't want that.
Exactly.
And I feel like kind of bringing that into your life now where it's like, okay, I'm super grateful for my mind and like for the way that I think about things and how, you know, loving I am towards other people. Maybe if I had rich parents and whatever, and I had a different brain, maybe I wouldn't have been as lucky to have this, you know, perspective or whatever. So yeah, I think there's lots of trade-offs. You can kind of convince yourself that you have it the best.
Definitely. And I always think,
or your favorite, not even the best, but like your favorite.
I also think that working for something is so much more gratifying. And like I've had that mindset in the past where it's like I see other people, like you said, get tons of money from their parents to buy their first home, and it feels unfair because you're just like, okay, that would be nice for, you know, to just receive hundreds of thousands of dollars and not have to work hard for that aspect. Like it would be nice to just get some money and be able to have a head start. But truly, I think, and this is just my own life and perspective, like that working for something is so much more gratifying. That's what I believe. I'm so grateful that I wasn't given a bunch of money to buy a house. Like I like that. I worked for that myself. That's just my own perspective. And I would think of that in college too, because people that I knew would just get so much money from their parents for everything, for gas, for anything they want, for shopping. I was just like, what the heck? That's crazy that you just get handed money. But again, I always feel like not getting handed that gave me like a little bit more grit in a specific way that I like. Yeah. Because I like the way that my life's turning out with that specific mindset.
Exactly. Yeah.
But again, they go through hard things too. They go through things that you wouldn't want to go through. So
I also, this is the last little thing about this submission, but I've been reading The Mountain Is You, and she was talking about how sometimes when you like are jealous of somebody else's, you know, lifestyle or something they have, you can start to almost like villainize it in a way where it's like, oh, I'm so jealous of people in a relationship. And then you almost start to think of ways that like being in a relationship is bad or like having money is bad. And then you almost start to push it away from yourself because you start to think, okay, well, I can't possibly, okay, I've instilled this belief in myself that people with tons of money are bad and whatever to deal with my jealousy of it. And so now if I do ever have money, then I will start to think, I can't. Yeah, you'll almost like start pushing it away. Or like a relationship, like, oh, people in relationships are like this. I like my independence. I don't even like, you know, if you start out being jealous of people in relationships and you're single or something, and then she's basically saying like you will start to push away the things that you really want because of what jealousy started, because of that like kind of mindset, instead of being like, I am jealous of this person because I want that, because that's something that I desire. I want me, you know, if you're looking at them and you're like, okay, what is it about them that like is making me jealous? Is it because they were handed money and so they have that like luxury of time? Do I really just want more free time? Or do I want a house? Like, is it because I literally want like real estate, you know, like kind of thinking about, what you are that you're actually jealous of, and then kind of leaning into that and being, okay, that's what I really want. That's what I desire. It's amazing that other people have it. It's a possibility for me as well.
Definitely. I feel like journaling out your thoughts is actually so powerful. I would do that a lot with infertility when I would feel like jealous or resentful of people. It's just like, I don't get how they could just get pregnant so easily. And like, why does it have to be so difficult for me? And kind of being in that, victim mentality. And I feel like when things kind of started to turn around for me mentally, I still wasn't getting pregnant for years after, was journaling down and being like, I'm feeling extremely upset about this. I'm feeling very jealous, very mad. I would be extremely honest with myself and get all my thoughts out. Like, I'm so mad that this person just got pregnant. Like, this is pissing me off. And I would just write it out. By the end, I literally felt so much better. I'm like, okay, I got it out. It's because I'm desiring this one thing. There's nothing I can do to control it. I'm glad I at least got my thoughts out there. And again, it doesn't completely heal it or make it go away. But I feel like being honest, like you said, not kind of using jealousy as like, oh no, I'm not actually... Or like,
it's like giving a reason to your jealousy. It's like, oh, it's reminding me why I'm feeling mad and jealous. It's because of like underneath it all, it's because I have this desire. Okay, not just because I'm like
a brat.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly. Kind of, yes, getting to the root of it, or I guess not stifling yourself and not allowing, because I feel like specifically with infertility, like you sometimes don't want to allow yourself to be jealous because you think that's a bad thing. So you're like, no, I'm not jealous. I'm just da, 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 da. And it's like, how about you just be honest with yourself and with your journal, with your therapist, with whoever you're talking. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you need to go tell the whole world this, but it's like, no, yeah, I actually am jealous. I'm feeling really mad about this, because just when you're brutally honest, I feel like it releases something from you where you don't have to feel shackled by that. It's like not a secret. It's like, okay, I was feeling jealous.
You can move on from it.
I'm moving on. If you
are like refusing this is just in general, like anytime I'm refusing to acknowledge a feeling that I have because it seems hard to deal with, or because I don't even want to have that, like if it's a negative emotion or something, and I try and ignore it or avoid it, it never allows me to get past it. It's always just like right there in front of me.
It's
I'm
building,
just, like, pushing.
too.
And then once I just allow it and accept it and be like, okay, I'm this, I'm sad, I'm jealous, I'm resentful, I'm whatever it is that seems so scary and like that I haven't been letting in. As soon as I let it in and acknowledge it and look at it, I can actually move past it. It's like, oh, there's steps beyond that. Like I can now, it sucks that I feel this way, but now it's like you're saying, like, okay, I am jealous. Now what can I do? There's steps after that. It's not the end. Like, okay, now I've accepted that. Now I can kind of move on. And
it kind of releases the power from that emotion, I guess is what I'm saying. It's kind of like self-deprecation, how you want to be the first person to make fun of yourself to round this all out. Like me acknowledging, oh yeah, I'm super pale, I'm da-da-da, so that no one else can do it. I feel like it's the same thing with an emotion. It's like if you just acknowledge what the truth is, again, not to everyone else, but I'm just saying at least to yourself, then it has less power over you because you're just being honest.
This is such a full circle episode, because that's why I was saying, you just got to say what's bothering you so we can just move past it.
True.
And now look where we are.
And now look, I'm having the best day of my life.
You're like, actually, I'm more grumpy than ever.
Like, I'm feeling very unhappy. No, I'm feeling better for sure than when we started.
Definitely. I'm like, you're feeling better. You're feeling happy, giving.
I'm feeling at peace.
Silly.
Okay, I'm going to read my next one. Hi, ladies. Love the podcast, mamas. I'm stuck on whether I should confront a close friend I know is cheating on her boyfriend of almost 5 years. For context, we're 26 and have been friends since childhood, and her boyfriend, who she lives with, has also become a really good friend of mine. Recently, he called me in a panic after finding flirty texts calling each other babe and baby between her and a married coworker. Plus 600 deleted messages in their text thread that he was too scared to look at. He also found out she lied about meeting up with him for a drink after work. When he confronted her, she denied crossing any lines, claimed they were just friends, and still continued talking to him on Snapchat. What makes it worse, they've been planning an engagement. He already bought her custom dream ring. He's just waiting for the right time to propose. He asked me not to tell anyone, but I've been feeling sick keeping it in. Ended up telling another close, trustworthy friend. She thinks we should confront our friend directly, but I'm torn. My loyalty is to my friend first, but I hate to betray her boyfriend. I've been cheated on, and I know he was in a very vulnerable place to reach out to me. I also feel like this is their issue to work out. Outsiders only know so much, and confronting her might make things worse. I'm stuck between protecting my friend, being honest, and not making the situation messier. So hold on. The issue is that she doesn't know if she should...
He told her, and he told her not to tell her. The friend.
Right. So it's just that she knows is the secret.
She knows. Her friend doesn't know that she knows.
Right.
So she doesn't want to like betray the boyfriend. But I think that's actually, I think she's worried like, oh, I don't want to, my friend comes first. So I don't want to maybe like confront her. But I actually think that's the most loyal thing to your friend would be to be like.
For sure. Because you know something huge that you're not telling her. So technically that's.
I have to be honest. He called me like. And he told me all of this stuff, and he was like really panicked and worried about it, but he told me not to tell anybody. But like, I have to come to you because I know this now. And I'm also worried. Like, is everything okay? Is this going on? Like, obviously you're an adult and you're living your own life and making your own choices as
we do.
Yeah, as crazy as they may be. But I just want to check in and tell you that I know. And if there's anything you want to talk about, like, I'm here for you. But also I'm
so not in my let them phase where I feel like, yes, you should be honest with her. At least that's what I would do. I think I would tell her that I know something, that I know this information. But I also would just be like, that's it. Like, there's I'm not going to try and figure it out for you. Just wanted to be honest that I know. No. Literally, that's it. I'm not going to now, what happened? Oh, should we? Okay. No.
Yeah.
That's not my business.
Yeah.
This is your relationship. You messed up. That is not my business to be meddling with. I'm going to let you know I know the truth. And honestly, that is such a character flaw to me. Like, I don't know if I would continue to be friends with someone who cheated. Yeah. To be honest with you.
No, it's true. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're asking her, like, is there something going on? Like, not the cheating, but like, are you okay? Like,
yeah.
Are you well?
Yeah. Are you well?
You can make your own choices, but like, is everything okay mentally?
Yeah. Yes.
And then maybe she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so whatever. And then you can kind of be a friend to her in that second. It's like, you know, you can kind of get her perspective on it and then choose what to do from that point on. But I agree. I feel like it's not your job to like solve their relationship thing. And it's almost better that you tell her, because then it kind of takes you out. It's like, okay, I know now. He told me I don't want to be involved, and almost by you not talking to her, it almost makes you more involved in a way. You know what I mean? Because
like,
you're
secretively.
Like, yes. She's like, okay, I'm getting this out of the way so you guys can work it out. You guys know that.
I know.
Yeah, and just
maybe even tell the boyfriend.
I'm here for you, but
I would maybe even tell the boyfriend, hey, I'm going to tell her, just I want to be honest with everyone. Yeah. I'm going to tell her that I know, because I feel weird knowing this information when technically my loyalty is to her. Like, I am her friend first. So I'm going to tell her. I just want to be honest about that, and then be honest with your friend. Your conscience is clean. You came clean with every information that you know, and now this is your relationship. Work it out. It's not your... I totally know that feeling of being like, oh my gosh, I'm just picturing myself in this situation like, oh my gosh, he has her dream ring. He's about to propose. Like, this is so
bad,
messy and bad, but it's also not your job to solve it. Like,
it also depends how good of friends you guys are.
For sure.
Like, I feel like if this is just kind of an acquaintance and you're not super close, and it just depends. Like, if this is your lifelong best friend, you're so close, and this is like this huge thing in your life that it just depends. But
she said they're 26 and have been friends since childhood. So I feel like they're pretty good friends. Yeah. Which does make it more messy.
Yeah, and more messy. But again, you definitely have more loyalty to her than him.
For sure.
But, you know, just check in. Just be like, I know this. Is everything okay with, like, you don't have to tell me anything. Honestly, I don't even want to know the details. But, like, I just want to make sure you're okay, because that's not like you.
Right.
I don't know you to be a cheater or a liar or a manipulator. So maybe you do. Maybe if it's like seems out of character for her, you know, that's concerning, but also depends. Is it like something you're just like, oh gosh.
Well, and if it is in character, then again, that's not a character flaw that I would want in a character trait that I would want in a friend.
Yeah.
That's kind of sketchy.
Yeah. It's true.
It really is the concept of like, if someone is willing to cheat on the closest person to them, what are they willing to do to you?
Yeah. It's like, it's
just not a good friendship, because you're willing to be dishonest to the closest person to you, the guy who's about to propose to you. What are you going to do to me?
No, it's so true.
It's not a good friend.
Yeah. Create some distance.
Yes. Sketchy.
That is. Sophie, my Great Dane, is extremely picky, and she has very high standards for her food. We have to get her prescription food, okay? Because hot girls have tummy problems, and Sophie has tummy problems. And so we have to get a very specific food, it's prescription, and we use Chewy to make sure that we have it on time for us when we need it. And actually, it's come in clutch so many times because it's so fast, it's so easy to use. And recently, ants got into her food, and so we had to reorder a whole new bag and make sure that we had it in time. And all of this, it was very stressful for all of us. And Chewy had it delivered fast, and she only had to go one night of eating chicken and rice. Chewy has over 100,000 products from top pet brands, Chewy makes it easy to find everything from food and treats to beds and toys, all delivered to your door in 1 to 2 days. They also carry supplies for birds, fish, reptiles, and other small pets. They seriously have everything like collars. If you need something for your dog and you need it fast, you definitely need to check out Chewy.
They even offer prescription medications, telehealth vet visits, pet insurance, and they are expanding in-person vet clinics across the country. So as the temperature also raises, the risk of fleas and ticks gets higher even for indoor pets, and they can spread throughout other animals, even hitch a ride on a human. Disgusting. Chewy carries a wide range of vet-recommended flea and tick medications to help you protect your pet year-round, which if you're a pet owner, you know that you have to be on top of. They also have auto ship, so it lets you schedule recurring deliveries of the essentials that you use most. So if you have a certain type of food or a medication or something that you need, often, you can just have it on a subscription so you don't have to go and remember to order it, which is really, really nice, and so that you never run out. It's flexible, easy to manage, and can be changed or canceled at any time. Customer support is available 24/7 by phone or chat with expert advice always on hand. And with their 100% satisfaction guarantee, you can return any item within a year, no questions asked. Chewy has everything you need to keep your pet happy and healthy. And right now you can save $20 on your first order and get free shipping by going to chewy.com/whatwesaid. That is chewy.com/whatwesaid to save $20 on your first order with free shipping. Chewy.com/whatwesaid. Minimum purchase required. New customers only. Terms and conditions apply. See site for complete details.
I feel like with the weather getting a little colder, chillier, I tend to want to cook more. So I've been really thinking about my kitchen and how to make it the best place, the most welcoming place for me to cook. So I've been looking for a new kitchen island. I've been looking for, just more storage and not having to do with the kitchen. I've been looking for some rocking chairs for my front yard. I just want to get cozy. I want my house to feel cozy and nice. And I just want a little house refresh, for the new season. And that's where Wayfair comes in. I've been eyeing these specific rocking chairs from Wayfair for a couple months now. And I think it's about time I pulled the trigger because they are so cute. And I have bought lots of furniture from Wayfair before, and it gets there so fast. And I've had such great experiences with my furniture that I get from Wayfair. I remember one time I had ordered a couch and it was taking months from like a different retailer. And I was so fed up. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to cancel this and order one from Wayfair. And it literally got there in a couple weeks. It was so nice. You know how annoying it is to wait for a couch for your apartment or for your house. And Wayfair gets it there fast, hassle-free. You can rely on them. They also have just tons of other things like bedding, bath basics. They have stuff for your kids' room. And like I said earlier, storage or kitchen essentials. So you definitely need to be looking on Wayfair if you're looking for a little home refresh.
I love a home refresh for the changing of a season, like especially just little things like a throw pillow or little decor pieces. And Wayfair really has it all. They have so much stuff. I feel like whenever I'm searching online for something and I type in, for example, I'm looking for like a small little ottoman poof thing for my front room because I don't have enough space in that room for like a big coffee table. So I just wanted to get like maybe two little soft like poof things to go so people can put up their feet. And Wayfair had some that were super cute. They immediately came up when I was searching. They just have everything you need. So get organized, refreshed, and back to routine for way less. Head to wayfair.com right now to shop all things home. That is WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair, every style, every home.
Okay, this is our last one. My best friend and I have been close for over 8 years. We have been through everything together, high school, college, and post-grad. Ever since we became best friends, I always knew I wanted her to be my maid of honor one day. But now I'm not so sure. In January this year, she got her first boyfriend. After that, she started responding to texts less and stopped calling as much. At first, I didn't think much of it because I figured she was just busy with work and life. But a month or so passed, and she was still really unresponsive. So in March, I finally brought it up. I asked if everything was okay and told her I felt like there was a distance growing between us. I shared that I found myself not wanting to text her as much because I didn't want to bother her or get ignored. She genuinely seemed upset and said, "Wow, I'm so sorry. You didn't do anything wrong. It's all on me. I know I've been bad at answering texts lately, and I need to fix that." She even mentioned that she saw some college friends earlier and they mentioned the same thing I did about her being bad at responding, so it wasn't just me. After that conversation, I thought things would improve. She did respond more often, but it still didn't feel the same as before. Everything felt kind of forced. Honestly, I also stopped wanting to text her as much because I didn't want to be the one who messages multiple times in a row. Fast forward to now. She's still with her boyfriend, still bad at communicating, and honestly, she's been a bad friend. She never reaches out to make plans, and if we do ever hang out, I am always the one who has to initiate. We also hardly ever talk on the phone anymore, even though we used to talk all the time. When we do hang out, it often feels awkward. I'm really sad about all of this because I never thought she would change like this after getting a boyfriend, but here we are. Also, it took her months to introduce me to her boyfriend, even though I met him. When I met him, he seemed great. I thought she thought I wouldn't like him, and that's why she didn't want to introduce him to me yet, but he was great. It just feels strange, and she doesn't want to share that part of her life with me when we used to tell each other everything. Honestly, I barely know anything about her life now, and it makes me so sad. I think we are growing apart, and it's hard for me to admit, but all I want to say is that I'm curious if you have any advice on how to handle this. I'm just really sad our friendship is changing, and I don't know how to navigate it. Thank you both so much in advance. I love you both more than you know. Oh, dang, that sucks.
It is so hard to start fading away from a friendship that was really close at one point.
Exactly. That you thought would be like long lasting, but just not. It is. It's hard to, it's kind of like you're saying with the let them thing. It's hard to have that mindset and accept sometimes that things are just going to be different, and that, you know, there's a bunch of things you can think of like, okay, how can we fix this? How can we work on it? Okay, text me back more. Like, don't be like, be more responsive. Maybe we need to hang out more, but sometimes it's just like,
it's just not working.
It's
You're
just
forcing it.
Exactly. Like, this is too forced, and it's sad to like have that realization more than anything. You just have to realize like, dang, I was willing to like keep this friendship going, but if both of us aren't, then it's not a friendship.
No, it's kind of something that you have to accept. I understand it's very hard to accept. I think it takes time too. Your first moment of realizing this and the months that follow are going to be really hard. Friendship breakups are super hard.
Yes.
And even it's almost worse if it's just kind of like you're fading apart and then it's like, oh, okay, now this is kind of awkward. We just don't talk anymore. But it is what it is. I think it depends on how you feel best. It seems like you already kind of tried to confront her and talk about this and be like, hey, is something wrong? And she already replied. I kind of feel like you did your due diligence and now it's just keep letting it fade. And honestly, you need to be in your villain arc and just let her do her thing. Like, it's not your job to force something. Okay, I'll facilitate this now. Oh, I want to be a part of your life. I want to meet your boyfriend. No, you're not putting effort in. Sorry, bye. Yeah. It's not my job to 100% keep this friendship afloat.
Exactly.
I feel like all my longest lasting friendships are so much of a push and pull. It's so balanced where we both put in effort. That's just how it is.
Yes. It's the only way.
It's the only way.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's literally not a friendship. No. It's just a one-way, like, literally solicitor, basically.
Exactly. And you don't want to ever feel like that too. Yeah. Like, oh, I'm scared to text them. I don't want to bother them. Again, that's not a truly close, balanced friendship. If you're the second you're starting to feel like, oh, I don't know, I don't want to text them, you're not super close anymore. Yeah, and that sucks, but it is what it is.
It does suck to just, I know that feeling too, when you're just like, okay, do I keep trying? Like, I feel like I'm trying. I feel like I'm putting in effort. I feel like I'm doing things to like show you that I care about you. Like, and you have that moment of like, am I doing enough? Am I being a good friend? And then you realize like, I just don't think it's like going both ways. And so I just kind of have to move on with my life and like not put energy into it anymore. And it kind of takes time to realize that. But it sounds like that's kind of where you're at. Like you are coming to terms with the fact that maybe it's just
it
done.
Is.
You know, you never know. It could just be, and that's something you don't need to figure it out. But you know, just throwing it out there, it could be that she's just moved on with her life in general. Like she's maybe really into this guy, and she's just kind of started this new life, and she's just loving it, and she's found her, you know, new hobbies and new friends, and she just loves this new life of hers. And maybe it's good for her, maybe it's not. Maybe she'll come back around and be like, sorry, I was like not myself for a couple years. Like I really missed our friendship, and maybe you guys can kind of work on it again. But also it's just, it's not your job to figure it out. It's just, you got to let it go, and then it, you know, see where it goes.
Exactly. It's not your job to figure out, or are they happy in their current life? Let me figure out if they're happier or if they're not themselves right now. And how do it's like, again, just too much controlling energy. You just have to let people live their lives and make their own choices and be like, and I'm living mine and I'm doing mine. I'm going to pour into people who pour into me. And like, I feel like there's a lot of mixed messaging, I guess, too, online right now regarding boundaries and friendships and all of that. But I feel like at the end of the day, you just want healthy, balanced friendships where both people are putting in effort and you both enjoy each other's company. It's that simple, really. I mean, I'm not saying it's simple to find those friends or to like cut them out of your life, but I feel like that's how you can kind of determine, is this friendship a good, positive thing in my life? Does it feel balanced? And does it feel like we're both putting effort in?
Yeah.
Those are two of the main things for me, at least.
Definitely.
And if it's not feeling that way, then you just got to let them go a little bit.
Let it go.
Just
let it go.
More distance. It really does suck. I hate that.
Yeah, I hate that too.
Well, thank you guys so much for writing in for advice. We'll be back next month with another advice column for you, as we always are.
Wait.
Or as we always do.
Can we talk about that video on TikTok that we got tagged in? She was talking about us and she was like, I missed their Friday episodes. I was like, Mama, we still post 2 Friday episodes. She's like, I missed when there was 6 episodes a month. Missed those.
And they're not coming
She's like,
out.
only once a week now. I'm like,
maybe she thought they were every Friday and they're actually only every other. So then she
said miss those Friday episodes.
Awesome. Well, we're still here, guys. Don't worry.
We're still
here for advice.
There's still an episode.
We're still open. If you guys want to get tickets to our tour, if you want to be a part of the next advice column, if you want to see some fun clips, go follow our Instagram at What We Said Podcast. If you guys want to watch us on YouTube and see my ugly outfit, go to What We Said on YouTube. Again, I'm kidding because it's actually one of my favorite workout sets, but I'm not going to get into it. Okay. We love you guys so much. And that's what we said.
Goodbye.